What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, the Wiz. Today I had to switch it up a little bit. I had plans of discussing my Han Solo and Carbonite build, but something real special came in the mail last week, and really I couldn't wait any longer to open it up, and I thought it was best to do the box opening right here on the Prop Wiz, so here we are. Now, the item that arrived was the life-size ET prop replica by Neca. Now, this is a re-release. They did release it a few years back, maybe about 5 or 6 years back. This was something I really wanted back then, but just missed because I just underestimated how popular this item was gonna be. In fact, they had this life-size ET with the dress and the wig on in a FYE, just to kind of let you know how long ago that was. I don't even think FYE exists anymore. But when me and Carolina first started dating, I really didn't want her to know how much money I spent on my geekness. I let that bad boy sit on the shelf. It had a $200 price tag at the time, actually $180, and just thought that was an astronomical amount. Fast forward a couple of weeks later when it completely sells out, and for years and years, you couldn't get this thing for less than $700-800. In fact, well over $1,000 now. They re-released it. The price did go up. This bad boy cost me about $390, so closer to the $400 price tag, but it's in the vein of everything going up. Everything done rise as inflation. Still glad that I got it for that price. Went to my local comic book store today. They're selling this same figure for $600 now. So you might still be able to find a couple out there for $400. I know Big Bad Toy Store, where I got mine, I pre-ordered it there, is already sold out. It actually said it was sold out the day I received this. I pre-ordered mine, by the way, almost exactly a year ago. Almost a year ago. I think it was July, maybe August of last year. But anyway, let's get to the good stuff. Let's go ahead and open the box, see what we got. Okay, there's no kind of special printing on the box, so it looked like it's just this cardboard box with the item description on it. I usually do appreciate some kind of collector's box, but at the same time, you get a real cool box, then it's hard to throw away. At least this way, we can get the ET out, know we don't need the box anymore, and go ahead and get rid of it. This is dope already, man. This is the craziest thing. Okay, there was a warning label in here saying, please do not handle the foam figure by the arms or the head, neck when removing from the box. I removed that bad boy by the head. But we're safe. Don't do as I do. Okay, why does this plastic over him remind me of one of the scenes at the end when he was sick? Okay, y'all. Now, before we go into what he looks like, I will let y'all know, man, he is light as a feather. He's more top heavy. I say the head feels heavier than the rest of them. Big head problems. But overall, it's very light, which I guess is cool. You know what I'm saying? It takes down the breakability of it, because it does feel solid. It's solid. It's foam, but it does feel solid. And of course, with it being as light as he is, you don't get the feeling that it'll break if it takes a spill. With that being said, I said he's top heavy, but it does feel balanced. He's standing up on his own. All right, y'all, besides that, man, he's exactly what I expected. The paint application is decent, very, very consistent of what you come to expect from Neca. Though I do gotta say, their 7-inch figures usually are more detailed. I mean, of course, something this size, you're gonna see some imperfections, but again, I was already expecting it. All their foam figures are bigger. It's one molded foam piece, I'm assuming. It might have been in some pieces, possibly. But if I had to judge, they probably molded this in one big piece. So a lot of the dimension is probably created by the paint application. For the price, to be honest with you, you can't expect anything better. I mean, anybody see this, they're gonna see ET. They're gonna think that it's awesome. Let's keep in mind that the real ET wasn't a real thing, right? It was something that was made. So that always helps. I guess bridging that connection between the toy and the real thing. The thing that made the movie puppet probably look the most real was the eyes. I mean, that's the thing that stand out to me the most. Obviously, the eyes on this bad boy isn't as good as the one in the movie. But with that being said, with this being a life-size toy, you can see the care that they took in the eyes that's giving it a little bit of pop. There's a glossy shine just over the eyes. They did fake and put some catch lights, some painted catch lights in there to give it a little bit more life. I don't know if that's something that I would have done, but to be honest with you, like, seeing what they did, it does sell the effect. The catch light plus the glossy look and an almost imperfect paint of the blue, but it's giving it life because it's like this mix of light blue and dark blue that's going on in the eyes. The only thing is the whites of the eyes, they did go over the lines a little bit on both sides. It's actually not absolutely perfect. So that is something I'm gonna go through and just touch up, just real light stuff. Again, nothing to drive you crazy. I already knew what I was expecting with this figure, man. I guess one of the complaints that I would have, besides the little details with the eyes, is, again, I believe it's one molded piece. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can actually see the seam lines in a couple of spots. And those seam lines are either from one or two things. Either it was molded in pieces and they glued it together or bonded it together somehow and it created those seams, or that's where, you know, the molding process connected. Like they probably had a box or something, poured the material in there, and that's probably where the box connected and disconnected. One of those two things. I don't know if I explained that completely right. But again, that's something that you kind of expect. Anything more than that, if this thing wasn't, you know, a one-piece thing, if it wasn't made out of foam, then you're talking about a price tag that would have been way greater than $400, right? I mean, you just think about it, a 1/3 scale statue could be, you know, $1,000 or more. And comparing it to other life-size figures, like the Carbonite, Han Solo and Carbonite life-size, I've seen Boba Fett life-size figure. All those things are $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 or more. As popular as ET is at life-size, the price tag would have been, you know, way up there. So again, I know what I bought. Absolutely love it. It's gonna look good in the corner upstairs. Now, I personally do like the ET with the dress and the wig. I wish there was some extra accessories that I could have bought for this, since they didn't re-release that figure. And maybe it's out there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe eBay or something has it. So we'll check that out. But I'll definitely display him as is, brand new. Gotta show him off the way he is for a little while. I really do wish they had released this for the 40th anniversary. In fact, that's probably why they released it. We also got some figures. In fact, I got a bunch of figures here. All the 40th anniversary ET figures, man. I got the one in the dress. Again, one of my favorite ETs. Got him with the speaking spell. And this one with the flower and the speaking spell. In fact, this one is probably more reminiscent of the time that he was drunk. He's got the little blue shirt on. Chest lights up on this one. And one of my favorites, Elliot and E.T. flying in front of the moon. This was all for the 40th anniversary. These were released a few months back. I'm sure that was the reason why they re-released this one as well. Just came out a little late. Last year, August, I did take my grandmother to see E.T. in the movie theater. They re-released it in the theaters for the 40th anniversary. It was in IMAX. It was the first time I had seen it in IMAX. The first time my grandmother seen it in IMAX. Had some of her grandkids. My kids were there. My niece was there. Dude, awesome experience, man. It was just crazy seeing that thing on that big screen with my grandmother, who, by the way, took me 6 times in a row to see E.T. when I was a kid. So it was only fair that I treated her to at least one time seeing E.T. because it's also one of her favorite movies as well. In fact, we got this cool little thing where, of course, I've got habits of buying collector editions of DVDs, VHSs, or whatever. So over the years, you know, I would buy the VHS, get the collector edition DVD, I would send Granny the VHS. But in fact, after we saw it at the movie theater was the first time I actually bought her own copy instead of giving her one of my hand-me-downs, because the reality is she loves that movie just as much as I do, but she's probably watched it more than I have. So E.T. just has just a special place in my heart, man. That was the first time I can remember experiencing something that many times. I mean, it was just a phenomenon at that time. I mean, all the way down to the Reese's Pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I went years of eating Reese's Pieces because of this guy right here. But anyway, that's it with the E.T. life-size NECA figure. Prop replica, as they call it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the box opening. If you did enjoy the episode, as always, please like, please share, and let me hear your comments. Did you get one of these? Were you able to get your hands on one when it originally released? Where do you display one of these things if you do got one? Leave me some comments, y'all, man. Let me know what y'all think. But anyways, as always, love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.
If I can see Earth through alien eyes, I feel like I see why these babies they cry. They probably born knowing that it's crazy outside, born smart despite their cranium size. If you ain't speaking truth, is forbidden fruit. The way he's spinning loose with lies, crucified like Jesus. The youth deny the truth, the time they blindfold them. Scared their eyes swollen, hoping historians stay recluse. Past abuse is excused, or more than that, if it don't exist to be viewed. The judgment lacks substance that's few. Take the average of two, passionate view. Can't unravel the cues, sending pews at your massive crew. So pew pew, and they can dispute news, dispute you. This bigger bull.